Hello everyone and welcome to episode 3 of this Top Tips series. My name is Winters and you are very welcome. So this episode we are going to talk about 50% vendors and basically selling your vendor trash. As I'm sure many of you are aware, and we're all guilty of this, we have a replicator available to us when we open up our inventory. And if we open up the replicator, there is a recycle option. Now, this is one way of getting rid of any vendor items, or sorry, any loot items that are not worth, they're not going to be a benefit to your build. They're absolutely no good to you, and you want to sell them and get some EC back. Now here's the thing. Let's take this personal shield for example. If we look up here, okay, we can see the value of it is 250 energy credits. However, we are only going to get 100 energy credits if we recycle it through our replicator. So we're only getting 40% of the actual value of the item. Now, if we close that down, and we're here located on ESD, and we're in the exchange, we're going to turn around here to the right, and we're going to go to the personal equipment section. You can see it here, personal equipment. And we are going to talk to this NPC, Lessa, and we're going to select requisition awaiting weapons, and we'll go to the sell option. Now if we go back to that what was it, a shield, a personal shield, let's find it here, there it is. We can see now we're getting 125 energy credits for that. Remember that its value is 250 energy credits, so now we're getting 50% of the value. Now I know it doesn't seem like much, but when you're dealing with other items like impulse engines, shields, for your starship is what I mean, beam arrays, dual beam banks, dual heavy cannons, warp cores, deflectors, all that sort of stuff that goes for a hell of a lot more than a Mark 1 personal shield. It really does make a big difference, a huge difference. And trust me, you really need to get into the habit of going to 50% vendors to get rid of or to clear out your inventory. And this is the 50% vendor that is located on Earth's space dock. Now there are other 50% vendors scattered throughout the game. You can get them located obviously here on ESD. There's a 50% vendor on Kronos, Starfleet Academy, Klingon Academy, Deep Space Nine, Starbase 39er, Sierra, Dyson Joint Command, Delta Quadrant Command. So yeah, there are a few select maps that have 50% vendors on them, and it is worth checking to see if you are actually getting 50% of the value for the item before you go to the vendor. Typically for most vendors you only get 40% of the value, and look, trust me, that extra 10% makes a huge difference. I know it doesn't look like much there with the example that we were using with the Mark 1 personal shield, but with other items that cost a hell of a lot more, you could be talking about a couple of thousand EC. And if you have a full inventory, like I've got my inventory space maxed out here, and if you can imagine now, this is full of all junk of impulse engines, shields, deflectors, warp cores, beam arrays, tactical consoles. It makes a big difference. By the time I clear out all of this, I'm looking at about 1 million EC easily just for clearing out my inventory. So that's the top tip for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. And as always, please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. My name is Winters, and I will see you next time. So until then, take care.